Have you ever wondered if you truly have control over your destiny? It's a question that's perplexed philosophers, scientists, and laymen alike for centuries. Some argue that our lives are predestined, that every event is a domino in an infinite chain of cause and effect. Others believe in the power of free will, that we are the authors of our own stories, actively shaping our futures with every decision we make. So, where does the truth lie? Well, that's precisely what we're here to explore. The notion of controlling our destiny isn't just a philosophical conundrum. It's a practical concept that can profoundly influence our lives. By understanding how we can take control, we can begin to shape our lives in meaningful, fulfilling ways. And no, this isn't some mystical, abstract idea. It's about concrete strategies and actions that can help us steer our lives toward the outcomes we desire. It's about accepting reality, questioning our limiting beliefs, building healthy relationships, facing our fears, and creating empowering routines. So, are you ready to seize the reins of your life? Let's embark on this journey of discovery and learn how to take control of our destinies. The first step to control your destiny? Accepting reality. Sounds simple, right? But oh, how deceptive simplicity can be. Acceptance of reality is not about resigning to circumstances or giving up on dreams. Quite the contrary. It's about recognizing the truth of your current situation, the good, the bad, and the downright ugly, without any sugarcoating or denial. Now, why is this so important? Picture yourself driving a car. You're on a journey to reach a destination. But to get there, you first need to know where you are, right? You can't map out a route without a starting point. That's what accepting reality does. It pinpoints your current location on the map of life. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes we don't like where we are. We might be stuck in traffic, or on a bumpy road, or even in a ditch. It's tempting to close our eyes and pretend we're somewhere else. It's tempting to resist the truth. Yet resistance is like trying to drive forward while looking in the rearview mirror. It might feel comforting for a while, but it won't get you far. In fact, it could lead to a crash. Denial, my friends, is a dangerous game to play. Instead, let's embrace reality, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. Let's acknowledge the traffic, the bumpy road, the ditch, because only then can we start to navigate our way out. Only then can we reroute, find detours, or even build new roads. This is the essence of personal growth. It's about evolving from where we are, not where we wish we were. It's about turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, challenges into opportunities, and reality into, well, a better reality. So what's the first step to control your destiny? It's accepting reality with all its beauty and brutality. It's opening your eyes to the truth and then rolling up your sleeves to work on it. It's about being honest with yourself, because only then can you be true to your destiny. Remember, we don't get to choose where we start in life, but we do get to choose where we go from there. And the journey begins with acceptance. Only by accepting reality can we begin to change it. The past can be a shackle holding us back. It's time to let it go. Now, isn't that a powerful statement? It's a truth that we often overlook. Each one of us carries a backpack filled to the brim with past experiences. These experiences, good and bad, shape who we are, how we think, and how we act. They are the architects of our present and the sculptors of our future. But the past, like any artist, isn't always perfect. Sometimes it crafts regrets, traumas, and failures that weigh us down. Consider this. When you're climbing a mountain, every piece of unnecessary weight matters. It could mean the difference between reaching the peak or falling short. Our past can be like a heavy stone in our backpack. If we don't let go of it, how can we hope to reach our destiny? Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring the past. It means acknowledging it, learning from it, and then moving on. It's about understanding that we can't change what's already happened, no matter how much we might want to. It's about accepting that the past, no matter how painful, has shaped us into who we are today. But remember, we are not defined by our past. We are defined by what we choose to become. So let's choose to become masters of our destiny. Let's choose to take the lessons from our past and use them to sculpt a future that we can be proud of. It's time to unshackle ourselves from the chains of the past. It's time to unpack those heavy stones from our backpacks. It's time to stand tall, look towards the future, and take control of our destiny. Because, after all, isn't that what life is all about? It's about growth, about moving forward, about becoming the best versions of ourselves. And to do that, we need to let go of the past. Remember, the past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. Let's step out of the shadows of yesterday and into the light of tomorrow. Let's control our destiny one step at a time. Our beliefs can be our greatest allies or our worst enemies. A profound truth, isn't it? These invisible frameworks steer our actions, decisions, and ultimately, our destinies. They can empower us, or they can limit us. Limiting beliefs are those pesky little voices in our heads telling us we can't do something, we're not good enough, or something is impossible. They are usually a product of past experiences, societal conditioning, or fear. They can be as subtle as a whisper or as loud as a shout, but their impact is undeniable. They hinder our ability to control our destiny by clouding our vision, sapping our motivation, and curbing our potential. So how do we identify these self-imposed constraints? Well, it requires a bit of soul-searching. We need to dig deep, question our thought patterns, and challenge the assumptions we've held for so long. The first step is to recognize them. Notice the moments when you hold yourself back, when you feel a sense of self-doubt, or when you think something is beyond your reach. Once you've identified these limiting beliefs, it's time to question them. Is this belief based on facts or assumptions? Is it helping you grow, or is it holding you back? Take a step back and look at it from a different perspective. You might be surprised to find that most of these beliefs lack a solid foundation. Now comes the fun part, replacing these limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can learn to do this." Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," think, "I am capable and worthy." The power of positive affirmation is astounding. It can rewire our brains, boost our confidence, and propel us towards our desired destiny. Remember, it's a process, and it takes time. It's like cleaning out a cluttered room. It might seem overwhelming at first, but once you start, it gets easier. And the end result? A space full of possibilities, free from the chains of limiting beliefs. The only limits that exist are the ones we place on ourselves. So let's start questioning those limits, shall we? We are social creatures, and our relationships play a crucial role in shaping our destiny. Just think about it. The people we surround ourselves with can either be our stepping stones to success or stumbling blocks to our progress. That's why it's so important to cultivate healthy relationships. Healthy relationships are like a well-tuned orchestra. Each instrument plays its part, contributing to a harmonious symphony. In the same way, every person in our life has a role to play. They may challenge us, support us, teach us, or inspire us. But all of them contribute to who we are and who we can become. But what do we mean when we talk about healthy relationships? Well, these are relationships that are based on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine care. They are the relationships where you feel heard, valued, and loved. They are the ones that push you to be your best, without compromising your well-being. On the other hand, toxic relationships can be like a cloud blocking the sun. They cast a shadow over our lives, hindering our ability to control our destiny. These relationships make us question our worth, drain our energy, and keep us from reaching our full potential. So how do we navigate this? First, it's crucial to recognize the signs of a toxic relationship. This might be constant criticism, lack of support, or even manipulation. Once we identify these signs, we can take steps to address the issue or, in some cases, to distance ourselves. But remember, building healthy relationships isn't just about avoiding the toxic ones. It's also about actively seeking out and nurturing relationships that enrich our lives. It's about surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us, challenge us, and lift us higher. So take a moment to reflect on your relationships. Are they contributing to your happiness and success, or are they holding you back? Remember, the power to shape your destiny also lies in the power to shape your relationships. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. Now let's talk about fear. Fear, my friends, is the invisible wall that stands between us and our destiny. It's that nagging voice in the back of our minds, whispering all the reasons why we can't accomplish our dreams. But here's the thing about fear. It's not real. It's a construct of our minds, a survival mechanism designed to keep us safe. It was useful when our ancestors were running from saber-toothed tigers, but in today's world, it often just holds us back. So, how do we face our fears? First, we need to acknowledge them. Yes, it might feel uncomfortable, but remember, growth happens outside our comfort zone. Write down your fears, talk about them, shine a light on them. The more we expose our fears, the less power they have over us. Next, we need to challenge our fears. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often we'll find that the reality isn't as scary as the fear itself. And even if it is, it's probably something we can handle. After all, We're stronger than we give ourselves credit for. Finally, we must take action. Taking action, even small steps, can help to dispel fear. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, the monsters aren't so scary anymore. Start with small actions, and before you know it, you'll be making strides towards your goals. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Facing fears and taking action takes courage. It takes determination. But remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's deciding that something else is more important than the fear. And what could be more important than controlling your destiny? So, let's make that decision today. Let's decide to face our fears. Let's decide to take action. Because remember, every step forward is a step towards controlling your destiny. Our habits shape our destiny. Now that's a phrase worth pondering, don't you think? You see, our daily routines and habits are like the invisible threads that weave the tapestry of our lives. They might seem insignificant at first, but over time they shape our identity, our behaviors, and ultimately our destiny. Imagine a ship setting sail with no set course. It's at the mercy of the wind and the waves with no direction or purpose. But the moment it sets a course, the entire journey changes. That's exactly what empowering routines do for us. They set a course for our lives, steering us towards our goals, our dreams, and our destiny. So how do we create these empowering routines? Well, it starts with identifying our core values and what we truly want in life. This could be anything from wanting to lead a healthier lifestyle to striving for professional success or nurturing meaningful relationships. Once you've identified these, you can start to build routines around them. For instance, if you're focused on health, your routine might include a morning run, a balanced breakfast, and regular checkups. If it's professional success you're after, your routine might involve dedicated hours of focused work, regular skill upgrading, and networking. Remember, these routines should not feel like a chore. They should be activities that you enjoy, that energize you, and that align with your personal goals. This way, they become a natural part of your life, rather than a forced obligation. Now, creating these routines is just the first step. The real challenge is sticking to them. And this is where the power of consistency comes in. Consistency is the key to turning these routines into habits, and these habits into your destiny. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. So let's take control of our destiny, one routine at a time. Let's strive to create empowering routines that align with our values, that energize us, and that lead us towards our goals. Because at the end of the day, shape your habits and you shape your destiny. So we've explored the steps to controlling our destiny. But what does it all mean? It's like weaving a vibrant tapestry of life, isn't it? Each thread represents a choice, an action, a belief. Together, they form the grand design of our destiny. And guess what? You're the master weaver. We've looked at the concept of accepting reality, the first step. It's not about resigning to fate, but rather understanding our present situation. Acknowledge where you are now to chart a clear path to where you want to be. It's like being a savvy GPS, recalculating the route when you encounter a roadblock. Next, we delved into letting go of the past. It's about dropping the heavy baggage of regret, resentment, and what-ifs that slow us down. It's like spring cleaning for the soul, making space for fresh experiences and opportunities. We also discussed questioning limiting beliefs. These are the invisible chains keeping us tethered to mediocrity. Break them, challenge them. It's like being a daring escape artist, freeing yourself from the confinement of self-doubt. Then, there's building healthy relationships. These connections nourish us, providing support, wisdom, and a sense of belonging. It's like having your own cheerleading squad, cheering you on as you sprint towards your goals. We explored facing fears and taking action. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and daring to act on your dreams. It's like being a courageous explorer, venturing into the unknown in search of treasure. Finally, we talked about creating empowering routines. These are the daily habits that propel us towards our destiny. It's like being a diligent gardener, nurturing your dreams with consistent care and effort. All these steps, these threads, intertwine to create the tapestry of your destiny. They lead to a fulfilling and extraordinary life, a life designed and crafted by you. Remember, you have the power to control your destiny. The question is, will you take it?